Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, it is today the 27th of October and I have failed miserably to keep up with ArtyFartober, which I'm so disappointed about. I've had a really hectic couple of months one way and another, and haven't been able to keep up with all my usual things at all. I was so looking forward to ArtyFartober. I love the prompt list, which is put together by our Tori and Rachael and Kerry. So Tori of Cool Cookie Creatures. Rachael is Rachael Brereton here on YouTube. I'll put links to their channels as well, just on the off chance that you haven't checked them out yet. Please do, because there's so much. They're such talented ladies, and you'll find lots of inspiration there. Kerry's really talented as well. She just doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you'll know her from our Discord community and the Facebook group. So they put together these amazing prompt lists. You can still get them. We'll be leaving them up there. We've got an Arty room in the Discord community where you can find the prompt list, and you can also find it in the Facebook group. You know, I always say there's no pressure to join in. There's no pressure to do every single prompt, but I really wanted to because I just loved them. So in the end, I did the first 3. I did a video showing how I did the autumn leaves. Here we go. This was the autumn leaves on which I started with a negative painting and then created a couple of layers. So it looked like a big pile of autumn leaves. Then I did my bear. I was going to do some writing about this, haven't done it yet. So I took this little jointed bear kit and I cannibalised him. Here he is. Really enjoyed doing that from a little maker's kit. Learned how to do the jointing and everything, which was really interesting. Added some fake teeth and other little details. I just gave him an interesting expression. Bit of a zombie bear, grizzly bear. Anyway, so that was day 2 bear. This is the prompt list. Then inside my pencil case, I did carry on. I was still hoping at this point I was going to catch up. I took my messy pencil case, this one, tipped it all out and took a photo. And then I knolled it. Knolling is when you put like things together and arrange them within a framework kind of thing. Look up knolling if you love doing stuff. If you're strange like me and you like doing this kind of thing, just for the sake of it. Look up the word knolling, Knolling. And then I did start doing a little sketched piece. I was going to add some colour to this before taking off the tape. I probably still will do that. I would still love to go back and do some of these prompts properly because I just thought they were lovely prompts. Let me show you some of them here. So they did a light list as well, which is just, is it 10? 10, and then the Happy Halloween at the end. So it's one every 3 days. They arranged it so well that you've got a good variety of prompts in this little light list as well, coming every 3 days, with us all ending up on the Happy Halloween prompt at the end. So here's the prompts: autumn leaves, bear, inside my pencil case, and then I stalled it again. I just like everything's gone on hold. My poor channel's been so neglected recently, and yeah. Hey ho, I'll catch up. We'll get there. Sometimes other things just have to take priority. So. Can't get around it. So then these were all the other prompts, and I won't bore you by reading through them now because I'll show you on what I've finally ended up doing, which was taking a leaf out of Claire 96 Bells book. Hi Claire. She didn't use her whole book. She did all of her prompts. She was doing them all onto one sheet, which I thought was a brilliant idea. So last night I sat down and doodled pretty much all the prompts I'm nearly done onto one big sheet. And I just sat and did it last night. Well, I say last night, I was still there at 3 o'clock this morning and I had to force myself to stop. So this is what I've got so far. I've got 2 or 3 more prompts to do, and then I want to add some colour and some more shading and, you know, cross-hatching and things, because I love doing that kind of thing. Unfortunately, I did end up doing it all on this. I was just going to sketch ideas at this point, and this paper isn't great. I ended up doing it all on that, and there's no way I'm going to transfer all that to another piece now. So there's going to be a limit to what media I can use now to add colour to this, and I need it to be quick. So I think I'm going to go with a mixture of, I've got some paint pens. A lot of these I think are dried up now. These are mostly water-soluble markers in here. So I'm going to use a selection of those just to add some colour. So let me show you the ones I've got already. So this was autumn leaves. bear. I'll put a little bear in here. Inside my pencil case. So there's a pencil case and a few of the objects that were in the pencil case scattered down there. Worldwide influence. I did like a globe with a YouTube symbol because I think so many of us have connected with kindred spirits all over the world through this whole YouTube thing. I just think it's been incredible. It's been such an important part of my life now. It's been really hard for me the last few weeks having to neglect it, to be honest. So I thought I would do that, and then just I might have this side of the globe in darkness, and then some more blue and green here, and the red symbol, and then just some sort of clouds drifting across it, which will go into this bit of sky. That's kind of what I've got in my head. Ideally, I'd have done this on watercolour paper, and I could have used my paints. So we'll see how it goes on this paper. Right, okay, so what's next? Worldwide influence, yeah. And then bones ended up down here. I haven't necessarily gone kind of in sequential order. I've gone wherever it looks like I could tuck something in. So I just did some sort of bones out off the top of my head, so to speak. Day 7 was bowler soup. This is bowler soup with the steam coming up here. I had so many ideas for the things I was going to do for this. I was going to actually make some soup and draw and paint all the ingredients and write a little recipe out. Just not enough time in the day sometimes, is there? Or days in the month. The next day, day 8, was quotes. So this is one of my favourite quotes, which is, "The object of art is to give life a shape." And that was by a French artist, and now I've forgotten his name. That's bad. You should always say the name when you quote someone. But anyway, never mind. He's not going to see it. Day 9 was eagle. Now, I wasn't particularly inspired by eagle because I didn't know where to start. So I've done, this is my response to eagle. It looks more like a seagull. But never mind. I know it was eagle. Then pretty patterns I've done. I want this to look like a roll of paper or fabric or something. Down here it'll look more like that once I've added some colour and some shading. Green fingers, so there's a hand here. I've just quickly drew that, and I will add some green tinge to the hand and sort of blend it out. Shadows. Now I haven't actually done the shadows because I felt like I could just add shadows to all sorts of things once I'm a bit more done. So that's how I thought I would do that. I also did think about doing something that looked like a shadow puppet, so that could still happen, and it might be fun to add a shadow in here where it's gone all a bit spooky over this side, so I might still do that. So I'm going to put a little circle around the ones that I still need to address. Something tiny. Now what did I do for something tiny? Seeds. This is my something tiny, so that it kind of joins in the green fingers where the hand is kind of dropping the seeds and this little plant is coming out. So pumpkins, you can see there. Clash of the seasons. Now I started off with thinking of this being clouds and sun and rain, and I was going to do lightning, I was going to do a rainbow somewhere, but I think in the end I've also got to think about I think this is going to have to be blue sky coming across here, and then maybe going into darkness, and so this will end up being a moon. It doesn't matter. These, you can interpret these prompts are just a kicking off point for me. I'm not going to look at this later on and slap my own wrist because I misinterpreted one of the prompts or whatever. It will be the whole thing I'll look at, So I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just do whatever feels right kind of artistically at the time. Zentangle, I'm going to fill in these spaces that have been created between the branches here. I think are ideal for putting a little Zentangle. And I'll probably keep it simple and just do like a couple of different ones and repeat them. Endings. I haven't done anything about endings. I was going to do a couple of favourite endings of books. I could still write a little bit in somewhere in amongst the cross-hatching, I suppose. There could be some hidden writing in there. I quite like adding scribbly writing as a little background texture, so I could do something like that. Or I could just have some random endings of bits of string hanging there. I don't know. Or I'll just ignore it. I won't worry about that one. Folded paper, I just did this in the end. I had all sorts of ideas that I was going to do for that one. Hubble bubble, I've put a cauldron there with bubbles coming up out of it. Scarecrow, day 21. I haven't done a UFO yet, so I do need to add a UFO to the sky. In the Wood, that's where the trees came from. Story time. So these books that are flying through the air like birds are storybooks in my mind. Maybe I could do a couple of the endings of books. I could just scribble into the sky here, something like that. Owl, there's my little owl sat there. Ornamental, I did an ornamental bird cage, but the door is open and the bird has flown away. Something huge I haven't done. A splash of colour is what I'm going to be adding later. And I feel like abstract art is kind of covered in here. Generally, I've kind of, well, I suppose most of this is representative actually, but I'm going to tell myself that I've abstracted from it and not worry too much about that one. And then Look Into My Eyes is that one up there. And the very last one is Happy Halloween. And I might maybe I'll just do a little sign here or something for Happy Halloween. Just a small sign, as if the scarecrow is hanging from the scarecrow's arms or something like that. Oh, where's Tiger? Oh, I missed Tiger at number 17. This is a little bit of Tiger hiding. I didn't want to draw a tiger. So there's just a little hint that he's there, and by the time I've got all the Zentangle and shading in here, you won't really. I could put his tail there actually, I could add his tail in. So that's where I'm at with this, and I just thought I might do a little bit of the sketching and shading and adding colour and show you a few little bits of what I'm up to, and then I'll finish it. So it's Sunday today. On Wednesday I'll have my Whip and Waffle Wednesday. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. UK time is Whip and Waffle Wednesday, where we have a chilled out live streaming session from here in my craft room to YouTube. Much more chilled than the usual arty-farty parties. There's no giveaways, there's no guests. It's just chilling out, finishing some. Whip is work in progress. Just working on some unfinished projects and catching up with everybody in the live chat. So do join us for that if you can. It's going to be every Wednesday. They've been a lot of fun so far, and it just feels like you've been to like a crafting session with friends. And this is probably just the kind of thing I would have maybe taken along when I used to meet up with friends kind of in real life to have a little crafty session. It's the kind of thing I'd have taken along that I could just be working on whilst chatting, really, because that's what you need, isn't it? So I'm going to go quiet now and just do a bit of work on this and show some snippets of it. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll be back to show you how it's looking at the end, and then finish it on Wednesday. And then when I'm finally done, yeah, Thursday is the 31st, the last day is Thursday the 31st, so I'll be finished in time against all odds. as you can see, I've got a lot more work to do. I'm not entirely delighted with how all of it has gone, but I'm enjoying myself. A few bits I don't like, and it's mainly because I've struggled to use this paper as I knew it would. Some of that I can put right by using paint pens now over the top. Some of it I can put right by adding more shading, like I've started to do here, because I don't like how the face went at all. So a lot of that might end up completely blacked in. I'm quite enjoying looking at the kind of negative spaces between the drawings, and just playing with those a bit. So I might end up filling all of the spaces with colour, and then if I don't like it, I could always still go over them in black again afterwards. So I've got a lot more to do. I'll probably sit and spend this evening and into the wee small hours again tonight doing this, and then hopefully I'll be in a position to finish it off on Wednesday during my whip and waffle. I'm still hoping that you know, because like with any sort of, especially a biggish piece like this, there's always a point where you think, oh, this has all gone horribly wrong, but I'm not going to give up on it. I'll just keep working on it until I am happy with it. And yeah, it's considering what rough paper this is, it's stood up to it surprisingly well, really. Better than it might have done. But yeah, long way to go yet, but it's quite enjoyable. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wind that up for now, do a bit more work on it, finish it on Wednesday, and when it's all done I'll post some pictures in the group. Please do keep posting pictures of your ArtyFartober pieces, or any other pieces you're doing for whatever you're doing for Inktober, either in the Discord community or in the Facebook group. We all love to see what each other's up to, and we can all inspire each other, even if we don't always have time to act on it. And I just haven't even got time to comment on everything at the moment. It's just, yeah, life is just really hectic, but I'm really enjoying having a look at them all, at least trying to give them a like if I don't get time to comment. So yeah, anyway, quite enough waffle for me. Thanks very much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.